When daytime television gets brutally honest, it creates moments that ripple far beyond the studio, and Sunny Hostin delivered exactly that. During a candid discussion on The View, Hostin didn't just tiptoe around a sensitive topic, she confronted it head-on: celebrities who deny having plastic surgery despite visible changes. Her remark, sharp, direct, and impossible to ignore, instantly sparked debate across audiences. In a world where image is everything and truth is often blurred, Hostin's words cut through the noise like a spotlight. Like the moment that turned heads. It began as a typical panel discussion, the kind The View is famous for. The topic: beauty standards, aging, and the pressures faced by public figures. But as the conversation deepened, Hostin shifted the tone entirely. Without naming names, she addressed a recurring pattern she's noticed in the entertainment industry, and even among guests on the show itself. "It's obvious that it's been done," she said, referring to cosmetic procedures some celebrities continue to deny. The statement wasn't sugar-coated. It wasn't vague. It was a clear call-out of what she sees as a lack of honesty in the public eye. And just like that, the conversation moved from polite discussion to cultural flashpoint. Lipstick: Hollywood's open secret. Plastic surgery has long been part of Hollywood's DNA. From subtle tweaks to dramatic transformations, cosmetic enhancements are often seen as tools of the trade. But here's where things get complicated. While procedures themselves are widely accepted, admitting to them is not always. Many celebrities maintain that their evolving looks are the result of skincare routines, diet, exercise, or simply good genes. While that may be partially true, audiences are increasingly skeptical, and Hostin gave voice to that skepticism. Her point wasn't that getting work done is wrong. It was that denying it, especially when it appears obvious, creates a disconnect between public figures and their audiences. Eyes why viewers agree. Hostin's comment resonated because it echoed what many viewers already think. In today's digital age, audiences have access to years, even decades, of celebrity images. Before and after comparisons are just a click away. Subtle changes don't go unnoticed anymore. From smoother skin to reshaped features, fans often spot transformations that seem unlikely to be achieved through lifestyle changes alone. For many, the frustration lies not in the transformation, but in the explanation. When celebrities credit dramatic changes to water, sleep, or a new moisturizer, it can feel unrealistic. Hostin's blunt observation, "We can see it," tapped into that shared awareness. Balance scale: honesty versus personal boundaries. Of course, the issue isn't black and white. While some applaud Hostin for calling out what they see as obvious contradictions, others argue that celebrities deserve privacy. After all, cosmetic procedures are personal medical decisions. So where should the line be drawn? Should public figures be expected to disclose every enhancement? Or is that an unfair expectation placed on them simply because of their fame? Hostin's stance leans toward transparency, particularly when celebrities influence beauty standards or promote products that imply their looks are entirely natural. But critics warn that pushing for disclosure can quickly cross into invasive territory. Glowing star: the pressure behind the perfection. To fully understand the issue, it's important to consider the environment celebrities operate in. Hollywood is an industry that places enormous value on appearance. Youthfulness, symmetry, and perfection are often treated as professional assets. Aging, a natural, universal process, is frequently portrayed as something to fight against. Under this kind of pressure, it's not surprising that many turn to cosmetic procedures. For some, it's about maintaining relevance. For others, it's about confidence. Hostin's comments don't deny this reality. Instead, they challenge the narrative that often follows, the idea that these results are entirely natural. Cell phones, social media, and the illusion effect. If Hollywood started the illusion, social media amplified it. Platforms filled with filtered photos and curated images have redefined beauty standards. The line between real and enhanced has become increasingly blurred. Celebrities aren't just actors or hosts anymore, they're brands. Their image is part of their business. And maintaining that image often involves a combination of procedures, editing, and strategic presentation. When those same figures deny any enhancements, it can create unrealistic expectations for millions of followers. Hostin's remarks highlight this issue. The denial doesn't just affect celebrity credibility, it shapes how everyday people view themselves. The impact on self-image. The ripple effects of this culture go far beyond entertainment. When audiences are repeatedly exposed to perfect appearances presented as natural, it can distort perceptions of what's achievable. Young people, in particular, may compare themselves to these images, unaware of the enhancements behind them. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and even body image issues. By calling out the denial, Hostin indirectly addresses this larger concern. Transparency, she suggests, could help create more realistic standards and healthier self-perceptions. Fire behind the scenes at The View. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hostin's comment is its implied context. She suggested that this pattern isn't just something she's observed from afar, it's something she's encountered directly on The View. That means some guests who have sat across from her may have denied procedures she believes were evident. While she didn't name anyone, the implication adds weight to her statement. This isn't speculation, it's based on first-hand experience. And that makes her critique harder to dismiss. Face mask industry silence, for now. So far, the entertainment industry has largely remained quiet in response to Hostin's remarks. No major celebrity has publicly addressed her comment, and no specific names have been drawn into the conversation. But silence doesn't mean the impact isn't being felt. In Hollywood, perception matters. And when a prominent voice calls out a widespread practice, it has the potential to shift how things are done, even if gradually. Light bulb a growing trend toward transparency. It's worth noting that not all celebrities deny their procedures. In recent years, some have chosen to be open about their enhancements, discussing everything from Botox to surgical procedures. This shift toward honesty has been widely praised. It demystifies beauty standards and helps audiences understand the reality behind the images they see. Hostin's comments could accelerate this trend. By challenging denial, she may encourage more public figures to embrace transparency. Warning the double standard problem. There's also a gender dynamic at play. Women in the public eye face significantly more scrutiny about their appearance than men. They're expected to look youthful, flawless, and camera-ready at all times. At the same time, they're often criticized for achieving those standards through cosmetic means. It's a no-win situation. Age naturally and face criticism, or enhance your appearance and face judgment, especially if you deny it. Hostin's critique intersects with this double standard, even if indirectly. It raises questions about fairness, expectations, and the pressures placed on women in particular. Bullseye the core message. Strip away the headlines, and Hostin's message is simple. Authenticity matters. Her comment wasn't about policing personal choices. It was about honesty, especially in an era where audiences value realness more than ever. If it's obvious, her words suggest, why pretend otherwise? It's a question that doesn't have an easy answer, but it's one that resonates. And final thoughts. Real talk in a filtered world. In a media landscape dominated by filters, edits, and carefully managed images, moments of unfiltered honesty stand out. Sunny Hostin's remarks on The View were bold, controversial, and undeniably impactful. They sparked a conversation that goes beyond celebrity gossip, touching on truth, perception, and the influence of public figures. Whether you agree with her or not, her words reflect a growing demand for transparency in an increasingly curated world. And as long as that demand exists, conversations like this will continue, loud, uncomfortable, and necessary.